If you've ever asked yourself if a group captive or a captive insurance program is right for you, I wanted to talk about 8 different questions or 8 different checkpoints that we can help you discover to see if it truly is a good fit. The first indicator is kind of obvious, and when we ask folks this, it's always the same. Are you paying too much for insurance, or do you feel like you're paying too much for insurance? Obviously, the answer is probably going to be yes. Year over year, we're seeing premiums increase. We're seeing carriers hand out large renewal increases. And I like to tell people that this is a large driver. It's a large indicator. If the premiums are outrunning your budget, then there's better ways to be buying insurance. Does your good claims history or 0 claims go unrecognized from a carrier? This is also another great question to ask yourself. If you've had minimal claims, both from a frequency standpoint as well as a financial standpoint, this, in my mind, is a great indicator to take a deeper dive and maybe do an analysis of what you have going on. What's happening right now is, if you are in this boat, you're essentially giving the carrier more and more money. They take this money as underwriting profit. We have solutions in place where this money can actually come back and benefit you as a business owner. Would you like to have direct control over your claims, how they're handled, how they're paid, how the carrier gets involved? Being an owner or being a part owner in a captive allows you this control. That's the great part about taking ownership of your insurance program. You have the ability to control your claims, which is going to be a direct indicator of how your costs are going to be controlled. It gives you the ability to navigate these claims with carriers and to decide you might not want to settle a claim, you might want to fight a claim, you might want to just have it paid out. Being in a group captive or in a captive situation allows you to have this autonomy. Another question that I commonly like to ask people is if they would like to know what an insurance company is doing with their money. A lot of times we just kick that out. It's just premiums that we spend, that we pay in year over year. We get a renewal increase, we get the invoice, we don't think twice. Rates have just gone up, I'm just going to pay it. Having control over your insurance program in a captive or taking on a little bit more risk allows you to have the ability, from a transparency standpoint, to understand what the carrier is doing. Each of the premiums, you're going to see a line item. You're going to know exactly what those premium dollars are going towards, and you're going to have, quite honestly, it's going to be a more comfortable solution for you to know what's happening with your money that you're spending. If you've had 0 claims or no claims in the last few years, did your premiums still increase? And if so, did you feel like that was justifiable? Most folks that we work with, especially in this hardening market, are seeing that these premiums are going up and up and up. And there's ways to combat this, and there's ways to control this. Have you recently undergone a premium audit that ended up costing you more money instead of saving you money? Well, 9 times out of 10, that's typically what happens, especially in today's world. We see carriers that are auditing more and more policies, and they're asking for more and more money. And unfortunately, you as the policyholder, the business owner, that's coming out of your bottom line. That's coming directly out of some of those profit margins. Being in a captive allows you to break free of that, to break those chains, and to not be tied to some of these audit factors from these carriers that come in and end up costing you more money in the long run. Another good indicator of whether or not a captive would be a good fit is whether or not you're willing to take risk on yourself, or if you're willing to bet on yourself. I like to call these programs a performance-based insurance program, and so it's really, you create your own destiny. So if you have a history of no claims, if you have a good history of loss control strategies, risk management, if you're doing the things necessary to keep these costs low, you would be a great candidate to look at alternative means of insuring your program. I love asking this question to my clients and potential prospects is, how would a premium reduction of anywhere from 25 to 50% truly help your business? This is an exciting one to think about, because the reality is, if you're a good performer, you can unlock anywhere from 25 to 50% of premium that would get paid back to you in the form of a dividend. And a lot of people are gravitating towards buying insurance this way because they're sick and tired of paying insurance carriers. So if you can answer yes to this question or any of the others on my checklist, you would be a great candidate for a group captive or a captive solution. It's time to quit subsidizing the poor performers and really take control of your own destiny. If you want to learn more about group captive insurance or captive insurance in general, I'd love to connect. Feel free to reach out to me. You can visit my website to learn more.